Mm. All right, everybody. You know we're talking about law right now, and I'm a philosopher, and law interests me on a philosophical level, totally. But like, not the law that you guys think about, like the nitty gritty law that the lawmakers talk about, or the politicians, or any of the political stuff out there. No, like more philosophically and generally speaking. And I was in Washington State one time, and I was we were living in this apartment complex, and I was in the office of the apartment complex, and I was waiting for something, but the secretary of this apartment complex was talking on the phone with somebody, and she was talking on the phone with one of the tenants, one of the people who lived there, and she was saying the following. Right? She said the following. She said that no, 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 no. She made an accusation against you. You cannot legally make an accusation against her. Okay? Because it's called something and something. She called it something official. Ooh, it was called something official. Because you can't make a counter accusation. You cannot make a counter accusation. Because that's bad. It's bad to make a counter accusation because it looks bad upon you. Right? Like you're a dirty, 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 dirty person because you just made a counter accusation against the person who accused you. Right? And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to this and I'm like, this can't be real. Because I like a lot of Western law and a lot of Western thought. I do. I love a lot of Western law and I love a lot of Western thought. And like everything this woman is saying goes completely everything against Western law and Western thought. Right? Because it's like what? The first person who makes an accusation has legal grounds? Like how disgusting is that? Like that's going to encourage people to accuse first. Right? Because if you accuse first, then you've got the legal cojones. You've got the legal fucking grounds. And you can't accuse second. You can't accuse second at all. Ew. Ew, that was just like I heard that and I'm like, and please somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Because like this was an experience that happened to me in my life. And I didn't look it up. I don't care enough. Because again, I don't care about the actual legal stuff. Because that's whatever. That's, totally has nothing to do with me. But if this is real, it's just like, that's not right. That's totally fucking not right. Because, these are types of laws which encourage people to accuse. Right? These are types of laws which encourage people to accuse. If you accuse first, then you've got the legal grounds, and you can't accuse back second. It's like, oh, please, somebody, tell me that this isn't real, okay? Because that's what this woman actually said, and what she was saying may have actually been bullshit. So please, educate me. Please educate me, but like. But with my experience, it was just like, it was just, my experience has been disgusting. It has been. I got called to jury duty one time, and I didn't want to go to jury duty. I didn't. So I wanted to get out of jury duty, right? I did. And so they were trying to, we were all there, and they're trying to pick jurors. and it's this male male defending lawyer against a female prosecutor. And this female prosecutor, she stood up and she was like, okay, this is what the laws say. This is what she, and this is probably on video, so you can look it up. You can totally probably look it up. But this is what I remember, okay? She got up there and she said, okay, this is what the laws say. If the cop makes a statement or accusation against somebody, you have to treat that statement or accusation as if it were true. Who believes that this is a bad law or something like that? You know, she asked something like that. Who believes that this is right or wrong? You know. And of course, like, I totally see an out here, because if I raise my hand, then she's gonna totally like kick me out of the jury, right? And so I'm like, fuck yeah, because I didn't believe with it. I didn't believe it at all, right? And so like I'm the only person to raise my hand and say that's bullshit. Anyways, so the jury selection kept going, and then the judge and her and the guy, the lawyer, went off into the dark, smoke-filled room, the secret justice room that none of us are allowed into, and they started talking, and they came back, and the judge, when he started talking, now I could be wrong. Again, this is probably on record, but like he talked to me. He was like, "Hey, the guy who disagreed with this law, he read to me the actual law. He read to me the actual law. So I'm a philosopher. I'm a fucking philosopher, and I'm listening to what this guy's saying." Right, I'm fucking totally listening to what this judge is saying. And so he's reading to me the law. And then after he reads to me the law, he's like, do you agree with that or not? Right, because if not, then I'm in technical non-compliance with the government or whatever. Right, but I was listening to what he was reading. And what he was reading was very tricky. You know, it was legal speak. I'm a fucking lawyer. And so I heard all this legal speak. But what it said did not agree with what this female prosecutor was saying. It did not. But I agreed with it. It was total vague, and it was total broad, and but in the broadness of it all, it was good. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? I agree with that law. So he asked me. He was like, do you agree with this law or not? And so I said, yeah, I agree with that law, but that's not what she said, right? And as soon as I said, that's not what she said, I saw that male defendant lawyer, he started laughing his ass off, right? He started laughing his ass off when I said that, because I was like, that's not what she said, because she's misinterpreting the law, right? That's not what the law, like, her interpretation of the law is not what the actual law says, right? So that's what I was saying. Anyway, she totally kicked me off the jury, you know, just like I thought she would. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, you know. I felt bad, though, because it was this, I was in Washington State, again. I got eventually burnt by Washington State, so I guess I got my comeuppance. I guess I got karma, or justice, or whatever. But I eventually got burnt by the Washington State judicial system. But it was a Hispanic kid, and he had been pulled over by these cops, and he was disputing their interpretation of everything. He said that they were lying, and he could have totally taken a plea deal. He could totally fucking probably taken the plea deal, but he didn't, because he was just like, I looked in his eyes as I'm leaving the court, and I'm like, oh shit, this guy's probably fucking innocent, and I could have been on his jury that could have made his innocence, and yet I was the bitch ass that didn't give a shit. But I didn't, because like I disagreed with him. I disagreed with him. It's like even if he wins, he's gonna still lose. You know, like shit. No, you cannot fight the system. You cannot in an open manner. You cannot fight the system in an open manner. but you know, he believed in the justness of his cause. You know, and you know, this system, it's broken, it's corrupt. Because there are a lot of good laws out there. It's just, are there good judges? Are there good lawyers? You know, I mean the like after my family accused me, I spent night in the jail, and then the next day I went to court, and the next day I had this woman defending me, this Asian woman defending me, and I had never talked to her in all my life. I had never seen her. I never talked to her, and she was quote unquote defending me, even though she was totally flirting with the judge. like this Asian woman is totally fucking flirting with the judge. My defense attorney, my Asian defense attorney, is totally fucking flirting with the judge, and quote unquote defending me, even though there were two charges against me, and they were logically contradictory to each other. They were totally logically contradictory to each other. No, and I tried to point that out to her. I was like, because like after the trial, I was able to email her. I wasn't even able to talk to her in person. I emailed her, and I'm like, hey, these two charges are logically contradictory to each other, right? They don't fucking make sense. Like either of these charges on their own make sense, but both together, they don't fucking make sense. They don't make sense at all. And like she like, not only did she flirt with that judge when I was there, but she didn't answer me. And so I'm like, hell fucking yeah, I'm going to run. Like, I don't respect this, because nobody's respecting me. Nobody's respecting me. So why should I respect anybody? No, I don't respect any of them. Now maybe some of them have a golden bridge. Like maybe that judge has a golden bridge, because maybe it's the cops' fault. Maybe it's the cops' fault. But somebody fucking violated my due process. It was definitely the cop. He definitely violated my due process. Ugh. But it's like, not only that. Not like when I went to prison, I was being arraigned or whatever. I was being put into prison, and there was two male prison guards and one female. And one of the male prison guards, they were trying to give me some food, and so I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I wasn't hungry at all. I was depressed as fuck, and not because of my family. My family didn't surprise me at all. Like, they're toxic as shit. It was my daughter that was depressing me, but I was depressed as fuck, and I was depressed for the next 2 years after that, actually, because of my daughter. Because I thought she would have warned me before any of this would have happened. Like, she should have fucking warned me, but she didn't. And so, fuck her. She's no more longer in my heart. Because I'm a follower of Abraham. And I'm not ashamed of that. So this little bitch is no longer in my heart because I'm a follower of Abraham. And but it broke me. It just broke me. Anyways, there was this one prison guard, and he was like like they gave me this food, right? And he was like, hey, there's that fruit punch powder, right? So it's this packet, and you open the packet up, and you pour it into your water, and it turns your water into fruit punch. He told me to eat that fruit punch powder, right? He told me he did, but I'm good at reading people. I'm totally fucking good at reading people. Oh my god, I'm totally good at reading. Because when he told me that, I was just like, oh my god, this guy's creepy. This prison guard is creepy. Like, he's evil. Like, if there is a hell, this guy is headed towards it. Like, totally, 100%. Like, the way he told it to me, like, oh my god. Like, when I got into the jail cell, there were 3 other guys there. One of them, I think, may have been my guardian angel, but that guardian angel was like, he was like, he grabbed every single fucking packet he could. Every single, and the other 2, or one of the other prisoners didn't trust the grape packets, but one of them did. But he was able to snatch all of our grape packets, and he went over the toilet, and he flushed them down the toilet, and he was pissed. He was pissed. Like, you don't poison fucking people, right? And apparently the grape packets reduce testosterone in the prisoner, right? And so there's this justification, even though it's against I think the Geneva Convention, but there's a justification, right? You're trying to reduce, so you're like a lot of prisoners are poisoned, right? A lot of prisoners are poisoned, and the poison is to reduce their testosterone, but they won't be able to get a hard on. They won't be able to get a hard on if they eat certain foods. And then there was this other prison guard there, and he was an idiot, but he was a good idiot. He was my guardian angel was charming the hell out of him, and he was the one, like, after the trial, like, he sensed my innocence. He totally sensed my innocence. Because at one point in time, like when I was sitting there, before I went into the jail cell, they were like, "Hey, do you want to make a statement?" And like, I haven't made a statement yet, right? I'm about to get thrown into jail, and I haven't made a statement. Like, what the fuck? Like, oh my god! Like, seriously? Like, I haven't made a statement yet, and I'm about to be thrown in jail? Like, seriously? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, that is totally injustice. I'm about to be thrown in jail, and I've yet to make a statement. And so they're like telling me, "Oh, do you want to make a statement?" And they're like encouraging me to make a statement because, like, I have to, basically, in order to justifiably throw me in jail. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm not responding, but I finally respond, and I say, "Does it matter?" Right? And they're like, "What?" Like, and there's silence, because they were encouraged, or that guy was, like, they were encouraging me to make a statement. Like, you got to make a statement, right? And I say, "Does it matter?" Right? And they didn't know how to respond to that. But the one prison guard, that one male prison guard, like, I looked at him, and he was shocked. Like, he was shocked. Like, this guy kind of saw my fucking innocence. Right? He was in shock. And it was later on, after the judge said my bail's at like 5,000, right? That he came to me and he went out of his way in order to help me to pay my bail. Like he didn't have to help me, and he told me that at one point, because I'm not always the most respectful person, even though when I should be. But he went out of his way to help me to pay my bail. He did. And he didn't have to help me go out of his way, because like I could pay my bail and it's easy peasy. I just need to make the call to the right person. But at the same time, he could have given me trouble and made it harder. And but he was there's a lot of good people within the system, and that's where systemic evil comes from, right? Systemic evil. Because sometimes systemic evil can endanger the souls of good men and women. Sometimes systemic evil is the most insidious. But it's corrupt. There's all kinds of, there's a lot of good laws out there. There are. We have a lot of good laws out there in the Western world. A lot of great laws out there. But they're not being followed. They're not being followed. There is no more fucking due process here in America. There's not. Ew. There's so many frivolous lawsuits happening. Like I heard about this one in California. There was this immigrant. He came into this apartment complex, and he started arguing with this guy about a parking spot. And so he went into his home and he shot this guy in the stomach. And this guy's now in the hospital, like trying to survive. And the judge ruled that this immigrant who shot this guy, he ruled him free. He ruled him free. And so this woman of this man who got shot, she's now living there. And the guy who shot her husband is also living there, free. And it's like, there are some judges without honor in our country. There are some fucking judges without honor in our country. Damn. Like, I'm just a fucking simple fucking philosopher, but things have gone too fucking far. Like they've gone too fucking far. Like, there's no more due process. Due process is dead within the United States of America. There is no due process in the United States of America. And nobody cares. Nobody's talking about it. Right? So why should you trust in any of the people that you're listening to? Right? Why should you trust in any of the people that you're listening to? Right? Because due process is dead in our country, and none of the people that you are listening to it are talking about it. They're talking about all this false, fake, stupid shit. And you're all being misled. And there's no more due process in our fucking country. There is no more fucking due process in our goddamn country. Like an accusation. I'm on an official investigation. This is an official investigation because an anonymous accuser accused you, and that makes it official. And therefore your due process be fucking damned. Therefore your due process be fucking damned.